So let me tell you just a little bit about Kathy. Kathy has spent over 12 years in the banking industry and then went on to be a sales in the sales. And then she from there actually co-authored, decided to get interested in real estate. And she co-authored a book called Walking with the Wise Real Estate Investor. And so now she's one of the nation's top marketing experts on how to be able to get sellers motivated to be able to sell their properties. And they call her, not only to the United States, but Canada, the marketing magic lady. So you have a lot of information to show. She's going to show us today how she generates the upper six figures, but being able to market through the letters and the information that she shares to potential sellers and to buyers and to make it all happen. So show us your magic, Kathy.
Thank you.
Show us your magic, please. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you for the awesome intro. I appreciate that so much. And thank you to Linda for having me on the call today. And I hope everybody appreciates how hard you folks work to put this event together. And everybody should really, really appreciate all of the hard work that you folks do to get this done and to get these people all the information that they need to be very, very successful in the real estate investing business. I've been in real estate investing now for over 20 some years. And prior to that, I had worked in the financial sector, and I basically worked in the banking industry and in the barter industry. And so I knew there had to be something else better out there for me. I just had no idea what that better thing was going to be. And one night I was up late watching one of those late night infomercials on how to buy houses with no money down. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool if that really worked? And so I ended up calling one of my customers who happened to be the person who ran our local real estate club meeting in the Tampa, Florida area. I am from the West Coast of Florida. And I said, hey, what do you think about this real estate investing stuff? Does it really work? And he said, of course it does. Come to one of our meetings, make that determination for yourself. And so we started going to some meetings, and we started going to some seminars, and we started buying some books and tapes and programs and putting them on a shelf and putting them on a shelf, never to be seen again. How many folks have been to that seminar? Well, after about a year, we had spent over $13,000 on books, tapes, and programs, and we had done absolutely nothing. And so I said to my husband, I said, I want to do one darn deal because I want my money back. And that's kind of what got us into really focusing on the direct mail marketing, which is the primary way that we fill our pipeline with deals every day. Because back in those days, my husband was very introverted. And so we had to figure out a way to make it more comfortable for him to work with motivated sellers. And you know what we found out? Everybody else had the same problem, including the sellers. And so that's kind of where we started out with the direct mail marketing. And we started focusing and honing in on certain types of sellers who were much more likely to want to work with us. And all of a sudden, our first deal came along, and this was it. We called it the haunted house. It looked just like that when we got it. Divorce situation. He took off, she took off. Home had been sitting empty for over a year. So we ended up using another technique that we had learned called a round robin auction when we sold this home. But we ended up buying this property. It was worth about $337,000. The mortgage balance was $192,000. It needed about $25,000 to $30,000 in rehab. And the seller simply deeded us the home for the balance of his mortgage. We used a technique called a round robin auction to sell this home. After everything was said and done, we ended up selling the home for $275,000 without doing any rehab to it at all. And so we ended up walking away with a check from that closing for $51,635. Well, that's kind of like what I had in mind. So I took a copy of that check to work the next day, and I showed it to my boss, and I said, look what I did. And he said, you're fired. And that's how I got into real estate investing full time. About 2 weeks after that, I called my husband at work one day and I said, honey, I need you to do me a big favor. And he said, what? I said, quit. And he said, are you serious? And I said, yes, because I can't handle all of the deals and all of the leads that are coming in by myself. And so that's how we got into real estate investing on a full-time basis. We've been investing for over 20 some odd years now. We've done hundreds of deals. We do the deals as they come to us. If the deal makes sense, we do it. We've never locked ourselves into one particular niche. So we wholesale, we do lease options, we retail, we have rentals. So we do a little bit of everything. We do vacant land deals. We do wobbly boxes down here in Florida, those good old mobile homes. So we do a little bit of everything. So a couple pieces of advice that I can give you is, number one, hang with me all the way to the end of the call, because before the end of the call, I'm also going to show you how you can implement my system at absolutely no cost to you whatsoever. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And then, folks, get off of the internet, get off of Facebook, stop watching the news, and get out there and do some deals. Right now, it's the perfect storm. There are a ton of deals out there to be made. And I want you to be very, very successful in creating the marketing that you need to find all of the deals that you need in your business. All right, so why should you develop a marketing strategy in the first place? Well, number one, to get highly motivated sellers and lenders contacting you first. How would you like to have lenders calling you on the phone and saying, hey, how come you're not borrowing money from me? I think that would be awesome. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Number two, buy properties no one knows are for sale, including the sellers. Folks, these are a variety of sellers who have a problem they need to solve. They just have no idea how to do that until they're contacted by you. Number three, put systems in place that are going to net profitable deals for you and for your family. Folks, figure out what it is you want out of your business. Write that down and keep referring to it. Figure out what your goals are, what your dreams are. What is it that makes you want to do this business every single day? And that's going to motivate you to do more and more deals. Fill your pipeline with new deals every single day. And we're going to talk a lot about that. So why direct mail marketing? Well, number one, to create the exact leads and deals that you're looking for in your business. Number two, you're going to create the budget for your business. And I know some of you are just starting out and you don't have a lot of money to work with, and you're going to end up creating deals and working with sellers and creating profits for your for your business. Number three, create a response mechanism in your letters so the deals are pre-screened for you. Folks, nobody does this but me. Folks, if you don't tell your seller what it is you want them to do, they're not going to do anything at all. And so what I want you to do is to create that response mechanism in the body of your letter so your seller is providing you with the information that you need in order to create the deal, and it'll be pre-screened for you. Folks, 90% of the sellers that I work with don't pick up a phone and call me. They contact me by mail, email, and fax. And why do you think that might be? Because I told them to. You're going to reach sellers and lenders who would never learn about you otherwise. And that's really, really important. And direct mail is convenient for the seller. It has a long shelf life. So not only are you creating deals in your business today, but you're constantly planting seeds for future deals. So you're planting seeds for deals today, tomorrow, next month, 6 months from now, next year. Okay, so that's really, really important. And direct mail marketing needs to be one of the marketing techniques that you are using in your business. So let's talk about the target prospects that I like to work with. Number one are out-of-state owners. These are the folks who own a home in the city or county that you live in, but they don't live there full time. And so these are folks who have a home they need to sell. They just have no idea how to do that until they're contacted by you. Quit claim deeds. This is a great way for you to find estate and probate properties. And those are some really good deals. Pre-foreclosures. How many folks are interested in working with the pre-foreclosures that nobody else knows anything about? You see, that's what I'm all about in my business, is finding the deals that nobody else knows anything about. And so what basically happens is when a person dies, the mortgage company does not initially file as pendants or notice of default because they know their borrower is dead. And so these are a really good way for you to get some deals done, because these are an ideal situation for a short sale on those properties. And so these are the pre-foreclosures that nobody else knows anything about. I'm in the middle of working on a pre-foreclosure right now that came as a vacant property. The gentleman passed away a year and a half ago, and the mortgage company never filed those pendants or notice of default. So those are some great deals for you. Multifamily properties. Now, when we start working together today, one of the list brokers that I work with can provide you with this list based on the number of units per building that you're looking for in your business. So multifamilies are a good way for you to build ongoing income in your business. Vacant and abandoned houses. Folks, if you're not working vacant houses, you absolutely should be. Those are free leads for you. Very easy to find them. Take a different route every time you go somewhere. And when you find a vacant property, take a picture of it and then go home and research that property and find the owner. The more difficult it is for you to find the owner of a vacant property, the more money you're going to make. Finding your dream home. This is a direct mail campaign that we designed to find the home that we currently live in. And you can, the criteria for this direct mail is quite expansive. So by the subdivision, by the size of the lot, by the square footage of the home, number of bedrooms, number of baths, whether or not it's got a swimming pool, subdivision. So there are several different criteria that you can use to find the home that you're interested in living in. And this is another really good direct mail campaign to find those luxury properties, because folks, luxury properties simply mean bigger paychecks. Getting the deed. This is another direct mail campaign that we use to get folks who simply want to deed us their property for the balance of the mortgage. So another way for you to find homes, even if you don't have a lot of money to work with right now. Zip code mailer. That's another direct mail campaign that we like to do. Two particular zip code areas that we like to focus on. One are luxury properties, and the other are those middle income areas, because those are really good properties when you want to retail a property, wholesale a property, lease option a property, or rent a property, because lots of folks want to live there. Attorneys. Folks, if you're not working with attorneys in your business to bring you deals, you are missing the boat. Folks, when we start working together today, that's one of the first direct mail campaigns that I want you to implement. So what basically happens if you're a person of integrity and you do what you say you're going to do, when these attorneys have a client come to them and they have a property that they need to sell quickly, no matter what condition it's in order for that attorney to liquidate assets, they're going to call you first. And this is a really good way to find great leads. And we usually mail out about 30 or 40 letters at a time on this direct mail campaign. And then we follow up with the attorneys who haven't already followed up with us. And this is a long-term type of lead, because for example, we created leads with attorneys like 8 or 9 years ago who still bring us deals today. So this is a really good way to find some leads. And attorneys work with people who have money they need to invest. And so if you're a person of integrity and you do what you're saying that you're going to do, you're going to end up having private lenders call you and say, hey, how come you're not borrowing money from me? And that only happens 2 or 3 times a year. But folks, in my business, that's enough. The last attorney who called me, I ended up getting a credit line of $1.5 million. And so that's pretty awesome. That's a great way to find more deals, more leads, and more money to fund your deals. Military transfers. Now, for those of you who live in a military area, this is a great way for you to do a public service and grow the equity in your business at the same time. Here's what happens. Generally speaking, the military woos these men and women in, tells them they're going to be stationed somewhere for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever that might be. They bring their family, they buy a home off base, they use their VA certificate, They get all moved in, they get all comfy, and 6 months later, they get transferred somewhere else. Now they have a home and a mortgage that they neither want nor need, and they can't afford to write a big check for closing costs and realtor fees. So now they're kind of stuck. Again, this is an ideal situation for you to have a home deeded to you for the balance of the mortgage. But now you're going to have to let that home grow some equity. Well, let me tell you, working with the military is like working with Section 8 on steroids. The military will help you to find the person to go into your property. The military takes the money out of their paycheck biweekly for your rent, and they deposit it into your checking account once a month. And if that person damages your property, guess who they have to answer to? Their superior officer, not you. Absolutely amazing way to find some fantastic deals. Free and clear properties. This is another direct mail campaign that we do that brings us a high number of folks who own their home free and clear without mortgages. And what that means for me is creative financing with those sellers. And so once again, I don't have to worry about where the money is coming from to fund my deal. And expired listings. Folks, if you're not working with a realtor in your business, you absolutely need to. Expired listings are just one of the many things that realtor should be doing for you in your business. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest deals we ever did in our business came as a result of an expired listing. And I'll show you that deal in just a second. So here we have 12 different direct mail campaigns that we implement. Each one has a different letter. Each one has different language. Each one has a different response mechanism. Each one has a different list. And within each list, we're using specific criteria to hone in even more to bring us the highest number of prospects within that group. So let me show you a couple of the deals that we've done down here in Florida. This is the expired listing. The home is 13,000 square feet. It was worth about $1.2 million at the time. This was a couple of years ago, but I like to bring this deal because it's absolutely amazing. Long story short, the home belonged to a Major League Baseball player, shoulder injury, career over. Home had been partied in heartily, needed about $80,000 in repairs. We bought this home for $650,000. We did $80,000 of repairs. And when everything was said and done, we sold that home for $1 million cash. So huge, huge paycheck with this property. And I could sit here all day and tell you about amazing deals that we've done as expired listings. Here's another little house that we did. We ended up wholesaling this property. We ended up buying it for $17,500. The after repair value is $90,000. And we ended up wholesaling this property. And our wholesale profit on this was $12,500. Not a big one, but not bad. Now, I will tell you that we ended up buying this property, wholesaled this property, and never had the first conversation with the seller. Here's the letter that I got from the seller. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Kennenbrook, I just got your letter about buying my home in Bradenton. How did you know I needed to sell? My uncle left me this house. I don't know why he left me the house. I've never even been to Florida, so I never even seen it. All I do know is that I'm not paying the tax bill I just got. Please go by and take a look and make me an offer and take this house off my hands. I'd appreciate it. My phone number is. Well, folks, we ended up going by the home. We decided that we were going to go ahead and wholesale that property. And we ended up taking photographs of the property all the way around it. We ended up sending the seller a contract, the copies of the photographs of the property, and a mini credibility kit. And so in that mini credibility kit were our business card, the business card of the title company that I work with, one of the attorneys I work with, one of the private lenders that I work with. And she called all of those people to check us out. I mean, understand, this person didn't live in the same state as me. And so she had no idea whether I could buy or sell this property or what I could do. And so she checked us out. About 5 days later, I got that signed contract back from that seller. We ended up doing the deal, and I walked away from that closing with a little check for $12,500. So here's another one. This is Kelly. We ended up, the asking price on this property was $225,000. We ended up paying $180,000 for it. We did about $12,000 of rehab. We sold this property for $248,000, and our total profit was $44,300. Let me read you the letter that I got from Kelly. Hi, my name is Kelly, and I just received an interesting letter from you today. Yes, me and my husband are interested in selling, but we want no games. We've been through a lot with trying to sell this house. You know, realtors. Her words, not ours. We're asking $225,000 for our property, and it is occupied. Yes, there's a mortgage on the property. About approximate amount is $155,000. Payments are current. There are 2 bedrooms, possible third being used as an office. 1 bath. There's a newly renovated 2+ garage. We are selling because we want to move closer to family. Please contact us ASAP because we wanted our house sold like yesterday. And if you don't buy it, then we're going to have to go with a realtor as our last resort. Thank you for your time. Folks, are these the sellers that you want to deal with in your business? Absolutely. And I've already got enough information from the seller to know that this is a motivated seller who needs to get her property sold. And so we ended up making $44,000 on this one. So let's talk about results from direct mail campaigns. This is just one direct mail campaign that we did. We mailed out about 2,500 letters, about 200 letters per month. Folks, is that doable? Absolutely. We got 196 leads, about 16 leads per month. That's an 8% response rate. Folks, how many of you would like 16 new responses every single month from highly qualified sellers looking to sell their property? Absolutely. And we ended up buying 14 of those properties because we got to pick and choose the deals that we wanted to do. Is that absolutely awesome? So this is a really good way for you to create a machine in your business that's going to bring you deal after deal after deal after deal. Now, the caveat simply is, folks, that you need to put the key in the ignition and start the motor. Once you do that, direct mail marketing is a machine that's going to churn you out deal after deal after deal after deal, no matter what your real estate market is doing. All right, so when should I start implementing direct mail? Well, now, and right now would be really, really good. Folks, we're in the middle of the perfect storm. There are more deals out there than you can shake a stick at. We're moving into the holiday season. Property tax bills are going out. Let me tell you that there is nothing that I know of that will motivate a seller more than a property tax bill they don't want to pay. And so right now is the best time for you to start doing some direct mail marketing. And what I want you to do is I want you to get your foot in the door and get started right now so we can move you into the first of the year, creating deal after deal after deal after deal. So now, and right now would be really, really good. So I know the next question that's burning on your heart is, Kathy, where do I get the list? Well, there are several different ways for you to get the list that you need to create these direct mail campaigns. One is to simply go to your property appraiser's office or property assessor's office, whatever that is called where you live, and ask them to create the list for you based on the criteria that I give you for each one of the direct mail campaigns. Now, in my system, all of the direct mail campaigns stand completely alone with all of the directions that you need to do each one. Now, once we start working together today, I provide the list brokers for you, and they already know what it is that you need. So very, very easy for you to create the list that you need to do your direct mail campaigns, no matter where it is that you live in the country or across Canada. Now, there are some specific keys to your success or failure when you're marketing and when you're finding deals. So number one, we've got to target the right prospects. And we've already talked about that a little bit. You've got to make it easy for the seller to respond to you. So folks, give that person a mailing address, give them an email address, give them a phone number, give them a fax number, give them that website address if you have it. The more ways you give a seller to respond to you, the more of them are going to, because you're going to be reaching that seller at whatever their comfort level is. And that's really, really important to the success of finding all of the deals that you're going to be able to find. Number three, you've got to use the right letter. Okay, each one of the direct mail campaigns is different. So you've got to use the right letter to target the right seller. Use a proven list. Use a proven system. Folks, I don't want you out there recreating the wheel. Be consistent with your marketing. Whether you're doing a little bit of marketing or whether you're doing a lot of marketing, you've got to have between 3 and 5 different marketing techniques in place at all times. So one of those has to be direct mail marketing, okay? And then take the time to follow up with semi-motivated sellers. Folks, if you take the time to follow up with semi-motivated sellers, you're going to do a lot more deals. Folks, when a seller says to you, wow, I don't know, Kathy, I don't know if I can take that offer. Wow, not today. Or they say, are you out of your mind? I can't take that offer. All they're doing is saying, no, not today, but could you follow up with me every 30 or 60 days until I change my mind? Folks, get your ego out of the equation and start doing some deals. All right, so let's talk about response rates from sequential mailings. Now, these are mine and my students throughout the country. First mailings, about a 5 to 8% response rate. Second mailings, about 9 to 14%. Third mailings, 15 to 20% to the same list. Folks, residual is key. You have to create residual mailings when you're doing these direct mail campaigns. That's what makes it such an incredible machine. When you take the time to gently touch your seller with your message, that seller knows that you're serious. And when they're ready to sell that property, they're going to contact you first, even if they've been contacted by someone else in the interim. How do you think I know this? Folks, I've been doing this for over 15 years with the direct mail marketing and with creating very, very successful direct mail campaigns. So here's a letter from one of my students. This is Stan in California. He created a multifamily dwelling mailing. He mailed out 50 letters, created 3 deals. We initially sent out 50 letters to multifamilies just to test the list. We received 6 responses, and I've purchased 2 duplexes and 1 fourplex out of those 6 responses. Now, folks, I will tell you that I check every single testimonial that I get from my students before I ever bring them out to you. And so we call the title companies and we check on the deal. So every single one of these are real deals with real sellers and real students throughout the country. We've continued to do mailings since then. We're ramping up to do 100 letters a week by the end of the month. Thank you so much for stepping into my life at the right time. I'm truly grateful, Stan W. Here's Ted. Ted is in Arizona. Just wanted to send you a quick email to update you on my progress since implementing your direct mail campaigns. I started with the attorney letter, expired listings, and absentee owners. So he went in with a very specific plan. I can't believe how much momentum is going already. I've gotten 15 responses just this last week, and I've written offers on 3 of those so far. Thank you for putting together such an amazing system, and thanks for answering all of my questions. Your system is increasing my bottom line in a big way. Now, Ted was so amazed at the kinds of responses that he was getting from sellers that he actually jumped into my coaching program. And so now Ted is doing a whole bunch of deals, and he's working with me directly in my coaching program. This is Son. I just got this letter 2 weeks ago. Son is in the Oklahoma market, and this was a little wholesale deal that he did with a profit for $4,000. Bought the house under contract for $10,000 and then wholesaled it for $14,000. Just a small fee, but it works for me. Please let you know if you need any more details. And so this is just a small deal that Son did, but it more than paid for his investment in my system. And he's on the profit side already and creating more deals. And that's what we want, is to create more deals with more sellers. And then this is Jeremy. Jeremy's in California. Just wanted to give you an update after my first mailing of 100 letters to out-of-state owners. 2 calls, 1 appointment to see a property next week, and 2 responses mailed back to me. One woman wrote 2 whole pages. I couldn't believe it. Thanks again. Second update, November 15th. Same mailing. I've gotten 4 more responses to that same mailing. This is amazing. I'm getting a ton of information with each lead coming in. Thank you so much. And this is very typical of the responses that I get from my students all over the country. All right, so I know the next question that's burning on your heart is, Kathy, do I have to do all the work? Absolutely not. Folks, the more time you spend getting the minutia out of your lives, the more deals you're going to create. So let's talk about marketing on autopilot. Number 1, you select the target direct mail campaign that you want to start with. Folks, each one of you is in a different place in your investing life. And so you're going to want to pick the direct mail campaigns that you're going to start with. Have a part-time person do the work. This could be a stay-at-home mom, an older child, college student, whatever that might be. Hand them my system. It will train them for you. All of the direct mail campaigns stand completely alone in each section with all of the information that you need. So all you have to do is pull out that section, give it to the person doing the direct mail campaigns for you, and you're ready to rock. And then you're going to mail the letters. This is the last check that you have to make sure that the work got done. Start working on the responses from the sellers and start creating some deals. Does that sound absolutely simple? It is. What if I could make it simpler for you? Because I can, and I will. Folks, I have created relationships with companies who will do all of the work for you. All you do is provide them with the letter and the list, and they will do everything else for you. Okay, I can't make it any easier than that. Folks, direct mail marketing is a machine that will just bring you deal after deal after deal after deal. Now, this is Daryl. So here's Daryl's letter. So this was so great. I finally got to meet Kathy in person. I studied her program extensively. To date, all of my marketing and all of my deals were a direct result of Kathy's program. To date, all of my marketing and all of my deals were a direct result of Kathy's program. Now, Daryl bought my system on a website. He never met me in person. He never heard me speak like you're hearing me speak today. He just simply bought it on my website and got to work. He never emailed me the first question or anything. And Daryl is from the DC area. And so I was up in DC and I was speaking in a very large event. And I got to meet Daryl at that event. And Daryl did over $1 million in deals in 1 year using just my system to attain that goal. And he was named the DC Real Estate Investor of the Year. So Daryl's just a regular guy. He's retired from the military. He's got some young children. His goal was to be home with his children and watch them grow up. And that's exactly what he's done. He got off his butt. He got started. He got some deals done. And now he's done over $1 million in deals in just 1 year's time. And I want you to be a Daryl today, folks. I want to be able to work with you myself and help you to be very, very successful with your direct mail marketing. So let's talk about my combined results over the last 12 months. Over a 10% response rate, creating a 7-figure income in my business just from direct mail marketing, not even all of the other things that we're still going to talk about. I've got 24 other marketing techniques and samples of all of those for you as well. So I know the next question that's burning on your heart is, Kathy, how do I get on board so I can start making the same big profits that you do? And how can I get your system so there's no cost to me? And folks, I'm also offering over $9,900 in additional bonuses just for today. And this deal does go away tonight at 5 o'clock. Now, I will tell you that the deal I am making is something that Linda and I have talked about. We've discussed this, And you will not find this anywhere else on the internet. If you Google me or go to my website, you will not find this deal. So you need to grab it while you're here with us today. I know I need to be one of the first 6 to take action right now. So the offer I'm going to make is going to be offered to the first 6 really motivated investors who take action right now. So folks, go to the website, go to www.marketingmagiclady.com/411, marketingmagiclady.com/411. The whole deal is laid out there for you. While you're looking at that, continue to listen. I'm going to tell you exactly what's in my system and what special bonuses you're going to be receiving today. www.marketingmagiclady.com/411. All right, so all 12 complete step-by-step direct mail campaigns, the complete directions to automate the system and get it into someone else's hands, whether you're going to start out yourself or whether you're going to hire someone to do the work for you. All of the letters and the info sheets for the sellers and the list brokers. There are 24 additional marketing techniques and samples of all of them. You're also going to receive Kathy Kennenbrook's Magic Seller Phone Conversations. Folks, what I did was I went back into the studio and I recreated some of the deals that we have done with both motivated and non-motivated sellers so that you can hear the pre-screening process and then read it because it's right in front of you as well. And that's another bonus that you're going to receive. For those of you who haven't done very many deals yet, this is one of the first pieces that you're going to be listening to or looking at. For those of you who are seasoned investors, this is one of the tools that you're going to give to folks who are coming into your organization. Okay, so here are the other 24 marketing techniques. There's samples of all of this in there for you. So signage, banners, yard signs, bus bench advertising, how to compile other mailing lists, buses, taxi cab ads, flyers, business cards, how to use vendors as bird dogs, free announcements, how to use realtors and bulletins in your business, how to use code enforcement to bring you deals, how to use mortgage brokers and lenders as bird dogs, how to use estate sales, auctions, wholesale buyers, how to use a postcard system to attract buyers into your pipeline. So that's really important as well. How to find more private lenders, how to use internet marketing in your business, and all kinds of unique marketing tools. Folks, my system is the most complete system out there to bring you all the deals you could ever need for your business, no matter what your real estate market is doing. And your investment in my system today is going to be only $1,697. Now I'm going to do a super special deal for you, and I am offering my 411 special of a discount of $500 to those first 6 attendees who take action right now, making your investment only $1,197. Folks, when you take action right now, the following bonuses totaling over $9,900 are going to be for those first 6 motivated sellers who take action right now. Folks, I want to work with you to be super, super successful in your business. And you're going to learn how you can implement my system at no cost to you whatsoever. So go to that website, www.marketingmagiclady.com/411, marketingmagiclady.com/411. All right. So here are some of the super specials that you're going to get. You're going to get a copy of my personal 24-hour recorded message. It's $149 value, and you're going to receive that absolutely free. My personal $1 million resource kit. Now, I gave that a value of $497, but in my personal opinion, it's absolutely priceless. This is where you're going to find the list brokers. This is where you're going to find the companies who'll do all the work for you. This is where you're going to find discounted pricing on everything you need for your real estate investing business. These are the resources I use in my business every single day. Pre-qualifying your Dream Team Realtor, $199 value, and you have the right to duplicate this particular product. So this explains to the real realtors that you're bringing into your business, all of the things that you expect them to do for you. I did an interview with a realtor of over 40 years to create this particular product. So it just takes another obstacle out of the equation for you. Guerrilla tactics to boost your credit score. Not only do I show you how to improve your own credit score, but the reason that I built this product, which you also have the right to duplicate, is because I wanted to use this for the lease option buyers that were coming into my properties. And so we give a copy of this to every lease option buyer because we want them to be successful. You see, what you're going to find out about me very quickly is I am all about the tools. I am all about helping you to be the very best that you can be in your real estate investing business. And that's $149 value. You're also going to receive a 4 CD bonus pack. You're going to learn all about some really special no-nonsense marketing strategies. You're going to learn how to follow up with semi-motivated sellers using postcards and an autoresponder system. You're going to learn about how to buy properties in and out of your Roth IRA. And you're going to learn how to use a credibility kit in your business and what a credibility kit is and why you need to have one. So that's another incredible $695 bonus. The next thing that you are going to receive is a $4,500 value. Folks, you have 12 months to work with me one-on-one via email to answer any marketing question that you may have in your business. I want you to be successful. You're going to receive my personal email address. I will work with you step by step on any marketing question that you might have. And they call me the fastest guru in the East, South, North, and West because I always have either my phone or my iPad or my laptop with me. And so I answer student questions all day long. The next bonus that you're also going to receive is an entitlement certificate with my personal CPA. And folks, I do only have 6 of these available today. You're going to get a 30-minute consultation with my personal CPA, who is not only a real estate investor of 40 years, a CPA of 45 years, and a financial planner. He is also admitted to practice before the U.S. Tax Court. This man is so smart, it's scary. So folks, this is a $250 value, and this is another awesome bonus that you're going to receive today. The next bonus you're also going to get is the Live Auction Bootcamp DVD set. Folks, you're going to learn the auction process step by step, whether you're doing a traditional auction or whether you're doing a round robin auction. You're going to hear a live panel discussion from students who have done it, the good, the bad, and the bloody. You'll learn how to create a successful round robin auction. You're going to see one of mine. This is an info-packed 4 DVD set. The promoter who put this event on only allows us a very limited number of these for each event that I do. It is a $1,497 value. We do have 6 of these available for you today. So jump on board, go ahead and grab your set so you can get all of these awesome bonuses and the opportunity to get my system at no cost to you. The next bonus that you're going to receive is very special. It's rare that I have enough of these to give out. This is the Millionaire Jumpstart Bootcamp with Lewis Brown. This is the perfect product to go with my product. This bootcamp is perfect. You're going to learn what contracts to use and when. You're going to determine the exit strategies. You're going to learn buying strategies, negotiation skills, asset protection. You're going to learn how to use land trusts. It's a very small, intimate group. There's about 40 to 45 at each one of these boot camps. You will learn all of these one-on-one with Lou. It's a 3-day intensive boot camp. There are multiple dates and cities to choose from. It is a $1,997 value. I have only 6 of these available today. So this is another super bonus that I am able to offer for you today. Once again, if you Google me or you go to my website, you will not find this offer anywhere else in the world. So you need to grab it while it's available today. Folks, I offer a 14-day free look enrollment plan. Give us a deposit today of $1,197, knowing that if my system isn't every single thing I told you it was going to be, you have a full 14 days to get it back to us. Folks, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. I want you to take advantage of this offer today. Now, how many folks in our listening audience would take my system today if it was absolutely free? Would anybody do that, you think? So here's what we are going to offer. Folks, I am offering a special incentive rebate. This is going to be available to the first 6 folks who take action right now. If your order goes through, you are one of the first 6. When you do a deal using one of my 12 direct mail campaigns within the next 12 months, and you send me a copy of your testimonial letter, proof that you did the deal, and a copy of your profit check, I will refund the entire investment of $1,197, and you get to keep the system and all of the bonuses. Now, folks, I know my system works, and I'm only willing to write a certain number of $1,197 checks every month. So we have 6 of these bonuses available for you today. Folks, you have nothing to lose. This is a no-brainer, basically, because who goes out there and pays you back to do what you're supposed to do in the first place, which is finding deals for your business? Why would I be dumb enough to do this? Well, the main reason that I would do it is because I want you to be truly successful. I want you to get your marketing magic system. I want you to open it up. I want you to start implementing your direct mail campaigns. My product will be shipping from California, USPS, postal priority, so you should have it in 3 to 4 days. Folks, this is the best way that I know how to motivate you to get that next deal done. So folks, you must take action right now. You have no excuse. You have 14 days to look at the program. You have a full year to get a deal done and get all of your money back to do what you're supposed to be doing in the first place. You must be one of the first 6 to take action right now to receive my marketing magic system, all of the discounts, all of the bonuses valued at over $10,000, and that rebate certificate. This is the best way that I know to motivate you to get that next deal done and to kick butt right into 2021. Let's make 2021 a winning year, folks. So right now, go to www.marketingmagiclady.com/411. I will be here for a little while to answer questions for you. I actually got done a little sooner than I thought I would. www.marketingmagiclady.com/411. You must be one of the first 6, folks. If your order goes through, you are one of those first 6. As I said, the product is a hard product. There are 3 manuals plus all of those bonuses. It does come in a USPS postal priority box. You should have it as soon as I get your orders. They will go out on Monday, and then you should have them no later than like Thursday or Friday. So www.marketingmagiclady.com/411. Folks, if we want to open it to some questions, we can do that. Let me see if I can find the questions. Folks, if you have questions, just pop them in here for us.
Well, that
Here's
was
Desiree.
hi. How are you? So one person actually, congratulations on sharing so much information in such a short period of time.
I know, you don't give us much time.
You're just like, oh my goodness, you just open up a whole new avenue of opportunities. So someone is asking, like, where do you find the absentee owner?
Okay, so there are 2 different ways to find the absentee owners. One of those is to simply go to your property appraiser's office or assessor's office, whatever that is called where you live. And I want you to physically go down there, because if you call them on the phone, they're going to blow you off. How do you think I know that? And remember, this is a list you're going to be using for a year. So I want you to go down there and get it right the first time. And then also I provide the resources for the list brokers for you, and they already know what you want. And then one of the things that I do is in all of my letters and all the mailing campaigns that we do, we use very specific criteria. So we're honing in and honing in and honing in to bring in the most motivated seller within each one of those groups. And so that's really important.
So it's just being able to really fine tune it, then fine tune that list. You get the master list to be able to fine
Exactly.
tune it so that you
I'm
are.
all about getting the maximum bang for your buck. I'm cheap, and I have been since we started. We didn't have a lot of money to work with when we started in the real estate business, and so we had to make our dollars go as far as they could. And that's one of the reasons that we created the direct mail campaigns, that we use the response mechanism so that the sellers give us all the information that we need. And then we found this criteria within each one of the direct mail campaigns to bring us the most highly motivated sellers.
Fantastic. So there's a method to your madness.
There is.
And so, from Elizabeth, she's asking, do you help analyze the deals or just give marketing advice?
Okay, so within the support that you receive from me, you
Hmm.
will get just marketing advice. If you decide to jump into my coaching program, which is a totally different animal that we can talk about later, then I absolutely I analyze the deals, and you have homework to do, and we meet every week, and we on the phone, and we absolutely discuss the deals that you're working on and what kind of offer you should make, and following up with sellers and all of that.
Okay, fantastic. 'Cause I can imagine that being, pretty extensive, especially when people are working from different areas, different types of properties, different types of deals. So it has to, this way you're able to customize it and give them the one-on-one attention that they actually need. And I encourage everyone, like, there's a lot of different industries out there. We're talking about real estate. We're talking real estate, which is the hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds and millions of dollars, that you're negotiating with, that you're handling, that you have at
Right.
risk. So to invest whatever's needed to invest to make sure you have the right mentorship, the right programs, the right process, eliminates, because when you make a mistake, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars a mistake.
Absolutely.
So you actually need to make sure that you don't have to wing it or try to wing it alone, because you have a lot to gain, but you also have a lot to lose if you do it incorrectly. And I think all of us have had those have
Oh
had those experiences, and so the whole purpose of having a mentor is to be able to alleviate that. And
yeah.
one of the things that you mentioned that was really valuable too is having your credibility kit, which means, it can be interpreted as having your, I call it my dream team. Having a real, whether it's a real estate agent, but having an escrow company, having your title company, having your attorney, having your accountant. These is people that you're going to be having to use as a resource to, again, to be able to have different eyes on your transaction and be able to catch you but hold you. But also, if you're starting out, it's great to be able to have access to people that you have a relationship with, so they
Right.
do want to check you out or call people, you've got those people already in your pocket. So
And they
I
and I've included information about that in the system. So there's
fantastic.
it's actually an interview that was done with me on how to build your credibility kit and why you need one. And folks, if you want to find a way to find even more deals, um, and actually I've taken deals away from other investors using my credibility kit, to be perfectly honest,
Mhm.
because remember, that seller doesn't know who you are. And so
True.
if you don't provide them, it's just like the referral book. Like when you have somebody come to your house, and they're doing like countertops, or they're doing cabinets, or doing a new roof, and they've got the book, and it has like their liability insurance, and it's got pictures of jobs that they've done. Well, your credibility kit is the same thing. And
Mhm.
so you absolutely need to have that to show your sellers that you're able to do what you say that you're going to do. And so there's information on building your credibility kit in my system. So that's just another tool that I provide for my customers and my students.
And again, it's like you said, it's really valuable because also you're up with a lot of competition, so you think about if you were a seller, you had one person come with a deal and maybe it's attractive, another person come with that deal, but they've got the credibility kit. They've got, whether it's referrals or people that they can actually call and get references from, which one would you choose? So many times you had to put yourself in your seller's positions to be able to see the validity of some of the things that you're offering in your program. So, and that's really, really important. So, another question from Barbara Vera. Thank you so much, Barbara, for being interactive. Do you use other people's money or you use your own?
We use other people's money. I don't ever use my own money to do a deal. Very rare. Occasionally a piece of vacant land, maybe, but we have created a stable, so to speak, of private lenders
Mhm.
who loan us money from all over the country. And so it's very easy to do that. And actually, when you start implementing the attorney letter in my system, you will find that you will end up, just as like a byproduct, you will end up and getting more private lenders. We've had attorneys call us, hey, how come you're not borrowing any money from us, from me? And that's awesome. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens a couple times a year, and that's pretty awesome. As I mentioned earlier, the last credit line that I got from one of my attorneys was $1.5 million. And so that's pretty amazing when you have, a constant stream of cash coming in, which gives you the ability to do more deals. But once again, I also showed you in my system how you can do deals and create your direct mail campaigns to bring you deals where you don't have to come up with any money, where they're deeding you, where they're deeding you the home for the balance of the mortgage, or they're doing creative financing with you. So we kind of covered the gambit for you so that even if you don't have a lot of money to work with right now, you're going to start creating deals.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's again, that's usually the money. It's usually that money is usually a big threshold for some people to be able to override, and to hear all the different options that you have, that you and some of the other speakers have shared. It's really valuable. It just lets you know that, again, it doesn't have to be your it doesn't have to be your own money, and there's so many ways of working around it by having the systems and having the process and having that team or that credibility team, or just having other people working with you. It doesn't Real estate is not a sole business. It does take a team. It does, and you can accomplish so much more, so much faster when you work
Absolutely.
with other people doing it. And again, working under mentors and working with groups and organizations and communities. It not only just gives you the opportunity to get educated, but to be motivated, because it can be discouraging sometimes when you're home on that phone or reading those letters and trying to bang out a good deal. It's great to be able to connect with somebody and get feedback from somebody, and to be able to, again, to be able to learn as much as you can to be able to do it. So thank you
Absolutely.
for providing such a detailed system, in a way for people to be.
It is, and it has all the directions that they need to implement whichever direct mail campaign that they want to do. And there's 24 additional marketing techniques and samples of all of them in there. And some of those marketing techniques are free to implement as well. So that's another really cool thing, also. So basically, my marketing system is the only tool that they will ever need to chug out all the deals that they would ever want in their business, no matter what your real estate market is doing. And that's what's so cool. Even years ago, back in 2008 and 2009, everybody was doing pre-foreclosures and short sales and all of that stuff, and we were just chugging out deal after deal after deal after deal after deal, direct mail marketing, and all those poor people got forgotten about. And so we were doing a ton of deals, and then all of a sudden that stopped. It went away, and lots of my students from earlier days came back and went, help me to get started again. You should never have stopped. So that's the thing that's really cool about direct mail marketing and the other 24 techniques, is that it gives you the ability to create a machine that's just going to continue to churn out deal after deal after deal after deal.
Well, it is a numbers game. So we have another question from Elizabeth. She says, I don't know how to pronounce it, Zephyrillis, Florida, a good area to invest?
Oh, Zephyr Hills, sure.
Yes. Okay. Zephyr Okay.
Um, Absolutely. And I am from Florida also. So when you jump on board with me today, I know that Florida market better than anybody in the world. We actually invest all over Florida. We own a bunch of vacant land in North Florida. We own some homes up there. We own some homes in Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is a military area. We talked a little bit about that military transfer letter as well. So yeah, absolutely. Anywhere in Florida. And I'll tell you what, if direct mail marketing is something that you're interested in, you need to jump on board like right now, right now, and right now, because we live in the geriatric capital of the world down here in Florida. And I don't know why I'm saying that, because I'm getting up there myself. You've got a lot of people, that they don't want to come to Florida anymore for whatever reason that might be. They bought the home as a vacation home. They bought it that they were going to retire to. They've inherited it. Now they just got a property tax bill that they don't want to pay. I just got a whole stack of those 2 weeks ago. And so right now is just the perfect storm to really get your business in place. And let's rock into 2021, creating a bunch of new deals.
That is exciting. That's exciting. So Liz would like to know more about your coaching program. Can you put more information so that people can contact you directly in the chat? And I know that you'll be around for a few minutes. So again, feel free to
Yes.
uh, reach out to Kathy and find out all the information, but also just be able to follow up, get her information and be able to follow up.
Also, if they want to email me, my email address is kathyk@marketingmagiclady.com. And then also on the bottom of the webpage where you're going to go to order, the www.marketingmagiclady.com/411. On the bottom of that page, there's a contact us block. So just hit that. If you want more information about my personal coaching, we can talk about that after the call. Go ahead. I see there's only a couple systems left. So go ahead and grab your copy, www.marketingmagiclady.com/411. The whole deal is laid out there for you. I know I talked a little bit fast and we went through the bonuses rather quickly because there's a whole lot of them. The offer that I am making today is something that Linda and I put together. This is not something that you're going to find, like if you Google me or if you go to my website, you're not going to find the offer that we're making for you today. This is something that we wanted to do special because, you know, I love working with all the other women. Women are so motivated and they're so amazing and they're so awesome. And so I wanted to make an offer that was super special for all of our ladies that are on the call today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Because it's sometimes people just need to know where to start. And
Right.
you still have given them some opportunities and a way to be able to get started. And that is what we want to do. Fantastic. So how are we doing, Linda? Are we ready to keep rocking and rolling? Thank you so much, Kathy.
Well, thank you
Uh,
for having me. I appreciate it. I'm
you're
going to hang out on the chat for a few more minutes and take some more
welcome.
questions if there's any.
Yes, please do. Please do. We have exciting, next sponsors, presenters, participants are excited because of now we're talking about capital. We're going to be talking about the money part, which a lot of you have been asking about. And this is Universal Commercial Capital. They've been around for quite a while. They specialize in creating unique and individualized loans. It's a private money lender for people that actually need it. They concentrate on not just a normal process, but they're able to take in consideration what your needs and what your desires are. So those of you who really want to be able to access more funding and more capital, this is going to be the place that you want to be. So good afternoon, Milika,
Milica.
Milika. Thank you. So pretty, Milika and
Thank
Ivy.
you.
Good afternoon,
Hi.
ladies. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's exciting because this is, again, the money, money, money part of it is where a lot of people, their ears perk out to. And again, we discussed being able to get investors. We discussed being able to, do some other creative financing. But a lot of people can qualify for simply, going and getting the private money. So tell us a little bit about Universal Commercial Capital, and then you'll tell us more about how long you've been there and so forth.
Okay, well, Universal Commercial Capital has been in business for over 25 years now, and we specialize more likely on loans that are not approved by a traditional bank. So all your difficult loans, the ones that you have no W-2s, no tax returns, but you have a collateral that it's got equity and you're able to work with, those are the kind of loans that we specialize in.
So would these be loans on people that have property? Like some people have property, they want to pull some equity out of it or refinance it, or is it good for purchase money?
It's good for a purchase as well. It's just minimal paperwork. It's very minimum. We don't require all the things that a traditional bank requires. Like I said, we don't qualify you as the borrower. We qualify the collateral.
So what about people that may have some compromised credit issues? Would they be open to making an application for that in addition?
Yes, of course. All of our programs are not based on credit, on how high your FICO is, especially hard money, for example. We really don't care about credit. We don't care about bankruptcies. We don't care about foreclosures. We specialize on those. So if people are looking to save their home that they lived in for so many years and they can't pay because they're behind for a couple of months, those are the deals that we're helping. We're helping a lot of borrowers acquire.
Fantastic. Are you extremely busy now as a result of the last 6 to 8 months? What's been happening?
We never stopped. It's crazy to no, it's very crazy to say this, but during the pandemic, we haven't stopped. And right now we're, of course, it's getting busier, but we never stopped. The pandemic was never affected, or never affected us as a lender.
Fantastic. So how long have you been with Universal?
Well,
Who's
go
going
ahead,
to start
Lita.
first? Sorry, Ivy, you go first.
Well, I've been with UCC for almost 6 years now, and I can tell you, as a newbie coming in, and I'm still a newbie, I feel like a newbie because I really didn't know anything about real estate. I was coming from a insurance world, and so ever since I started, I got more involved, and started liking it. And now it's just like every day is something new for me, and I love it. And UCC, it has taught me a lot of things in regards to things that I really didn't know. Like I said, minimal paperwork. Who would have thought that I could save a home, somebody else's home, with such a minimum paperwork? So go ahead, Melita.
Well, I'm with UCC for 2 years, and I'm learning every day something new, and I'm very proud to work with such a successful team and people like Ivy, and we have a really, really great team, and I always represent us as a family because we're more than colleagues, and we are in touch every day. We talk every day. We're in communications with our clients, but also between us, and it's really amazing to work in real estate these days.
You must have learned a lot in the last couple of years as well. So what are some of the biggest benefits that you've seen out of this business?
Well, learning at the first place, because if you're coming from another business other than real estate, you can learn a lot. And when I started working in real estate, I always imagined that as a man's world, like that is for guys, not for girls. And then I saw that there are very powerful women in real estate, and it's a huge opportunity for us to learn and to be successful in this business.
And then what about you, Ivy?
Well, I would say that the biggest benefit now is that I can do this webinar with you guys in my home, where I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to be face to face with my clients. I have been able to reach out to a lot of our brokers, because those are the people that we mainly work with, over the phone and over by emails. So it's anywhere from, anywhere in the world. I could be traveling right now. I could still be working. So I think that's the huge benefit in this business.
So how have they empowered you, as like a woman in real estate and women in business, especially in the financial real estate part of it? Because like you mentioned, there's a lot of men that's involved in it. Now you're a woman, and both of you are very young, beautiful women. How has this experience empowered you?
In my case, I would say, like Melita mentioned a minute ago, this was more like I was intimidated because it was a man's world. It was a man's type of business. So I really didn't ever pay attention to it. And now I feel like, hey, this is something that I can definitely do. And I see a lot of women coming out and being in this business. I have met a lot of brokers, more women coming out as brokers. Yes, so I think that has empowered me a lot.
What about you?
Well, I just can say the same thing that Ivy said, because this showed me that we are where we want to be at the moment, and we can just grow. And it's not just about, masculinity. This is something that we women can do also very, very good.
So why do you think that women should consider getting involved in the financial business? the lending business, the lending industry?
Well, because it can be really creative, every time you can face with something different, you can test your own limits, and you can always just looking for a solution in some different way, talk to people, grow your network of people, and just to show yourself that you can complete your goals and you just can go harder and push it further than you were where you were at the start when you get into real estate business.
And then what about you, Ivy?
Well, I think they shouldn't stop considering it because definitely it's something that we can definitely handle. It's we can network. We can nowadays with technology, we can definitely be out there and reach everybody in the world. So, so this is not something hard to do, especially with real estate. Just get involved little by little. I got involved little by little in my case. Like I said, I came from insurance world and it was totally different. But yes, I would recommend to definitely get it. Plus, the next benefit will be, the money. The money is different. You make your own money. Whatever you want to make, whatever you want to accomplish is what you make. So it's not a set amount every month for you. It's something that you want to accomplish. Like you make one amount the first month and you want to reach a higher amount the next month, and that's how it goes.
So what you're just saying is that it's not, you're not limited to a salary, that you've got, it's
Exactly.
unlimited revenue streams. As much as you want to work, that you'll be able to generate. How important do you think that human touch that women have, is going to be important to being a financial advisor?
We are more detailed. We are more, I'm not putting man down. We are more detail oriented. We take a look at every detail. We have that touch over the phone or even in person to listen and know what exactly the borrower or the broker needs at that time. So yeah, I would say that's a really good touch from, women specifically.
The thing is that, it has a lot to do with, again, being able to balance our life, the quality of your life, the balance of the life work quality. Have you found that to be important to you and your ladies in your career?
Melita?
Like, how is the quality at work? I mean, how are you able to balance it between your work and your other parts of your life? Being able to have the flexibility of your schedules, being able to make as much as you want to be able to make, and to be able to, be able to learn and touch people's lives in this industry.
Well, when it comes to real estate business, you can manage your own time, when you are going to work and when you are going to have time for yourself. And for me, it's flexible because you can manage to work and to still have fun. For me, real estate is really funny, and I'm finding myself really good in business, and it doesn't jeopardize my private life, and we can manage everything. We're women, so we can do it. I'm sorry, guys, but we can do it.
Well, because I know that a lot of that there's some of the things that you wanted to share was this opportunity, for women professionals and entrepreneurs to be able to get into this industry. And that's why we're asking some of these questions. And we are going to have some other questions about the lending process itself. So feel free to put your questions in the chat. But I know that you wanted to be able to make sure that women knew that, women can make their presence known, and especially in this industry with the flexibility, with the human touch, with the unlimited revenue that's what that people can make. And you're going to share in the information about how they can contact you to be able to find out more as far as becoming a part of your team. Because again, are you actively recruiting and engaging and training other women to be able to work with the company?
Yes, we are. We're definitely always in my area, for example, I'm in the sales part of the company, and we always need more people that are sales directed. where they have that special touch that we were just talking about. So yes, our doors are always open if we have girls right now watching us that are wanting to get into this business and want to send their resumes to us. Yes, of course. We have openings always. And not only that, but we also work with referrals. So in case you're a realtor or a broker or work for another lending company, but it doesn't specialize in specific loans like we do. Like, for example, UCC takes care of hard money, fix and flips, constructions, commercial loans, and they're all stated income. So you don't have to show proofs of income. So in case your lending company is is not so much flexible as we are, we're able to, bring those deals to us, and we're able to pay those referrals. And all the scenarios that you come in with, it can be definitely answered within 24 hours. So yes, we have opening always.
But it's really fascinating because today we're talking about real estate and all different aspects of real estate. And sometimes, again, being whether you're a wholesaler, whether you're a fix and flipper, whether you're going to do the marketing, there's also perhaps getting involved as far as being, a lender. I mean, because what you're providing is so critical to many people that have not being able to get involved in real estate because they feel that they can't qualify for the loan. We talked about their credit, they talked about their financials, they talked about the employment. So having access to funds, to be able to do the different deals, whether it's the multi-residential or you mentioned a couple of them for even foreclosures and so forth, being able to have access to the funds to be able to actually implement their dreams and take all the things that they're going to learn today and actually make it real. It's important to have the resources. And we just talked about also having having your credibility kit, having a lender that you have a relationship with, whether you're wanting to do this personally yourself or just having access to one, is huge because when that deal does come along, many times it's time sensitive. You don't have time now to go and start introducing yourself to lenders and trying to find out what their programs, what their loans are, what their criterion is. Now's the time to contact these ladies, people at Universal, to let them know what you're up to, let them know what you're doing, let them know what you're aspiring to do, and to be able to really get some specific questions about what's going to be required so when you do get that deal to be able to respond right away. So thank you for even allowing and clarifying that. Now some questions about the loan amount. Are there any maximum loan amounts? How does that work?
It depends on our programs. Like I said, we have different programs on how much is the max loan amount, but our minimum right now it's 100K. We're able to make exceptions if it's a fix and flip or any loan specifically. We can go down as low as 80K or maybe 90K, very close to 100K minimum.
And what's your maximum? Do you have one?
Well, for example, on our hard money, we're able to go up to 10 million. Our commercial bridge, we're able to go up to 17 million. Like I said, it really depends on each scenario, on each program. Different programs have different limits. Mm-hmm.
So we have a question from Tanya. She says, I have significant contacts with developers that are looking for funding for their projects. Is this a market of interest? And if so, I'd like to learn more about how the referral program works.
Oh, okay. Yes, it is. It is. We are working right now with construction. Unfortunately, our commercial construction side is put on hold. But we are working with a lot of residential, like 1 to 4 units or multifamilies, anything that has to do with residential and their ground up construction. Now they do have to be vertical ready. They have to have their plans and permits ready. And as far as referrals, yes, we do pay referrals. How do they work? Well, you can be still involved in the loan process if you want to, or you can just let me know that you are coming in with a loan or a scenario from a particular borrower, and we will note that in our system that you are the referral broker, and you can pay a percentage of the loan amount.
Fantastic. That's great. And somebody else asked about the four, well, let me find it, but residential apartment loans. So you mentioned that you do apartment loans of four and above. Is that correct?
Yes.
You know, some apartments. So I see they've been asking for your real estate, for your information. So I thank you for putting it up on the screen. You can see that they can connect with you there. What are some of the, and this year again has been a wonderful, a very interesting year for everybody. What are some of the things that you have found that you've seen more of that we should know as potential real estate investors? Either people that are investing or as people that desire to get involved in investing. And again, any questions you have, please put it in the chat.
I would have Melita answer that because she is actually our head of our one of our platforms that we have for fix and flip. So I know she has seen a lot of deals for fix and flip. Melita?
Yes, we have a platform that is Bigger Pockets platform, and you can find us there. You can find me as Melissa Kristich, or you can find us as Universal Commercial Capital. A lot of people are interested in fix and flip, and that is really good because I think fix and flip has a great potential. And what I'm always advising people there is to contact us directly with the loan scenarios because that is the best way to communicate and to understand each other and to see which terms can work for both sides. Because there is a lot of people who wants to like do the first fix and flip and they don't even know what fix and flip means. I'm always open to explain them everything and to just give them some uh, advice about the fix and flip. And I have advice now. Just be open and be brave to start something new because real estate business is really huge field of opportunities.
Great, thank you. So now someone, Barbara Vera, asked if someone wants to build a home in Las Vegas, do they have a loan for that? So I guess that they need to acquire the land, and then to be able to build, have funds to be able to build a home. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes. Unfortunately, we're limited to certain states that we don't lend, which Nevada is one of those. We don't lend in Nevada, but yes, for constructions or developers, when they want to build a home, yes, the first thing that they would need to do is acquire the land and then, work on their plans and permits, and that's when we come in.
Okay, so they need to acquire the land first independently, and then you come in when they're actually ready to build a home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. And that I noticed that, so that was going to be my next question about what states you do lend in. So is there any other states that you don't lend in besides Nevada?
We don't lend in Nevada. We don't lend in South Dakota, North Dakota. Just those particular states. We lend everywhere else. I think I'm missing maybe a few, maybe two, but I can't remember.
It's very few. It's very few states you don't lend in, so that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the first step then would be someone to come to you and find out where they're at, because the property doesn't need to be. Well, one thing I think I want people to understand that the property does not need to be in the states that where they live. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
They can, like
Yeah.
someone in California can invest and do something in Arizona, perhaps, and you'd be able to lend into that. They don't have, and that you're lending without those exceptions. You can lend at any transaction anywhere in the United States.
Exactly. We lend nationwide, just those particular states that we don't. But yes, he doesn't necessarily need to be an investor in his state for us to be able to lend to him. Investors are all over the world and they live in another state, so that's not an issue. As long as he has the experience as developer or he has done projects similar to the one that he's trying to do now, that would be one of the requirements that we do have.
All right. And then what is the first process? Like, should someone come in and get pre-qualified with you? Is there a cost to that? Is there risks in that so that they know that what they can able to have access to when the time comes? Or what would be the smart process? What do you encourage people to do?
Well, the beginning of our process is just basically sending us the small scenario, brief detailed scenario of what you're trying to do. We don't want you to give us too much paperwork at the beginning, because sometimes there are deals that don't qualify because of location, or because experience, or because of assets and not enough assets, or different things. So we do want to just a brief detailed scenario of what you're trying to do, and then we will request like minimum things to look at to see if you qualify, or if you're a good fit with UCC.
Because will you also be able to tell them like what they would qualify for, like how much? Like for example, somebody may qualify for 500,000, somebody may qualify for 5 million or not. So at least that way they know what parameters they can do. Should they do that? Can they do that before they find the property or the project, or should they do that afterwards?
No, I had a few people coming in before they acquire the property, but they already have like the numbers in their mind of how much are they trying to invest on a purchase and on a rehab. So we can work with those numbers, and I can provide you a soft quote. Yes, we're able to provide soft quotes of basic information. You don't necessarily have to bring all the paperwork at the beginning.
Okay. And then with that information, that way sometimes it also gives you advantage of being able to say, well, if you do this, you'll be able to either qualify for more, get a better interest rate. I mean, I guess that people can get prepared for their, transactions as opposed to coming in rushed with the minimal of, 10 days or 15 days and stressing you and themselves out. Do you advise that to be able to just kind of get them prepared and
Oh yes, of course, of course. Like I said, if as long as they have their numbers and ready of how much they want to do, how much they want to invest in, we're able to work with those numbers, and we're able to work as well with the location. If you're already telling us, hey, I'm looking at this area, we're able to let you know if that area is a good fit or not. Maybe it's too rural, maybe it's got a high crime risk for us, and we're not even going to look at it. Yes, little things like that, we're able to let you know before you go into purchasing a property in a specific area.
That's good to know. I mean, those are little details a lot of people don't even think about. But how about the
Mm-hmm.
interest rates? Are they too far from other loans? I know what the current interest rates are, and I know these are hard money loans. And I know it will vary. What's the range on that?
It depends on the programs. Right now, our hard money has a rate starting at 8.99, and fix and flip too, 8.99. Our commercial products, it depends on how long of a term you're looking for. If it's a 3-year, 30-year fixed program, I think each program varies. So if people are interested in a specific program that we have, which could be hard money, fix and flip, commercial, or construction, they can email Melita or myself to send them we have a term sheet on each product, so they can email us and we can provide that information to have handy.
And then also, I know that people look at the interest rates, and this is not, especially if it's a fix and flip or a short term, that's not that critical because your intention is to be able to get in and get out, so, you can't compare it with the other interest rates because those are more of the long term. You have some short term, and then I guess you have some pricing for the long term projects. Would that be correct? Would that be safe to say?
Yes, that is safe to say.
Because sometimes people hear that rate, it's like, oh, that's high. Well, no, because again, you're talking about qualifying for it with such little, information and in such different terms, and then it's usually for a short term.
Yeah, I would say our rates and the type of loans that we specialize is because people are trying to qualify very quickly with minimum paperwork and get out of it very quickly too. So they're not really interested in the rate. They're just interested in getting it done, purchasing their property, getting it, if it's a fix and flip, getting it fixed and then get out of it, refinance it.
Mhm. You know,
Hmm.
another thing too, I tell people, if you're looking at an opportunity, you look at what your gain is from that opportunity, whether it's 10,000, 12,000, whatever. When you look at that and you look at the calculation of what that difference in the interest rate may cost you for 6 months or a year, whatever the maximum amount of time you think would be, then it's just a cost of doing business. It's usually, it's usually a no-brainer because it takes money to make money, as opposed to passing on a deal altogether and missing that big chunk, of funds of revenue or income or proceeds because you're concerned about something as small like as the interest rate. So again, I want to give people that mindset is that your focus is on this is the deal, how much can I make from this deal, how fast can I get in and get out, and then just factoring it in as far as your prices. Are there a lot of whether there are a lot of other fees on top of that, as far as points and so forth that people should be aware of so they just don't think of just the interest rates?
Us as a lender, we don't have that many fees involved. The only fees that we have is our origination fee, the processing fee, and the legal fee. And then we have title and escrow fees that is just basically third party. So it's not much involved.
Great. You don't
And
say
we
no.
don't have no upfront fees, by the way, on any of our programs unless it's a commercial bridge program.
Great. That's fantastic. So the appraisal fee, do you require appraisals for the properties?
Um, for hard money, we sometimes don't. Um, we are very, very familiar with the California area, so sometimes we really don't need appraisals. And when we do, yes, the borrower pays for the appraisal, but in California, it's minimum. In other states, yes, we do require an appraisal.
Well, that's very minimal. You don't have a lot of junk fees. That's great. Where are you ladies based?
Mhm.
Where are you ladies based out of?
We're on Huntington Beach, California. That's where you guys can find us. Um, and but right now, because we're working from home, Melita and I are working from home, you can definitely find us by email or give us a call.
Thank you. Thank you. So any other questions? These are great. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you have bring some great questions. And again, if you're thinking of a project in your mind, this is the perfect time to be able to see what would be involved in it. So there's no, barriers to your entry. Okay. Going once,
May I
going.
just make a quick addition and let people know that Universal Commercial Capital has already funded some of our readers' deals, and we're really excited about that. And we want to encourage everyone who may be new to real estate fix and flipping. UCC can definitely fund you. They're going to be investing in your success just the way Realty 411 invests in your success by educating you, connecting you with the people that can help you, and just, we're here to help you make your deals happen. And I just wanted to point that out.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Ladies, any closing thoughts or ideas or words of wisdom you want to share with our community?
Well, I just want to say to everybody who wants to start real estate business or need any advice or a loan to be funded, just to contact us directly. You can go to our website, universalcommercialcapital.com. You can find our numbers there. You can see our email addresses on your screen. Or you can find us on the Bigger Pockets platform, social media. We are very open to discuss new loan scenarios, and we're there for your questions. Just don't be afraid to contact us. Direct contact is the best possible way.
Absolutely. Okay, well, Ivy, and thank you so much, Malika. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your expertise today. I thank you. I mean, I think it's just, again, there's so much involved in the loans and getting the money, and I'm glad that you're able to be able to break it down for some of the people that are listening so they can actually say, okay, yes, I can contact you, and yes, I can do this deal. So everybody should be figuring out what deal they're going to do now. Now there's no There's no barriers, correct?
Yes.
Correct. That's good.
Thank you for having us.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for having us, and I really, really love coming to see you guys.
You'll be hearing from a lot of the ladies and gentlemen on the line. I'm sure you'll be hearing from them. Great. Well,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you.
So,
Bye.
Linda, how exciting is that? I mean, my goodness, we've given so much opportunity to everybody. Linda. So, the thing is that now you've got the education we talked about that you've got to work on your mindset. You have a mindset and determination to, move forward. You'll have that. Now you have the access to the funding. So you can either do OPM, like other people's money, or you can be creative. And we have some people talking this afternoon about creative financing and creative deals. But you just have all the options. Linda has put in place all of the options for you to be able to, say yes to your success.
Yeah.
Right, Linda?
Yes, we're really excited, and we're going to take a little break right now and come back in actually more like 25 minutes, 26 minutes, and we're going to take a little break and come back at 1 p.m. with Karen Hall from UDirect, a self-directed IRA company. So thank you, Desiree, for helping me host this event. You did an amazing job.
Pleasure. My pleasure. It's always fun to hear the information. As long as I've been in real estate, I never can hear about it enough. And you're always consistently learning. So no matter who you are, it's really, really great for those like Karen Hall. For those of you who have self-directed IRAs, that's the way that you can finance and fund your event in real estate. So make sure you come back at 1 o'clock because you don't want to miss that, whether you're yourself or somebody else. A lot of you have that. You don't realize that you can work with that and invest with that. So that's going to be great information. So Linda, what else are you going to say with them to make sure everyone marks their timers, don't miss anything, to come back so you can learn how to utilize step IRAs to self-directed IRAs to invest. What else is happening this afternoon?
Yes, well, we need to take a break because people do need to eat and refresh. I know I do. So we will see you back at 1 o'clock. We have self-directed IRAs. We have more fixing and flipping, ADUs, and then don't forget 5 to 6. We're going to have open networking. So come back so you can network with all of us, and we're going to bring you up on video. So be sure to, put a little makeup on, fix your hair, and come back and network. Gentlemen, you're invited as well. Come back at 5, from 5 to 6 for networking. But we're running late now, so let's wrap it up, and we'll see you at 1 p.m. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.